there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. Today I have a few items that I would love to share with you guys that I have picked up, a couple that I am super excited about. I'm going to start off by putting a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of paper down just so that you can kind of get an idea of the size of some of these items. I'm going to start off with this die set, and as you can tell it's much bigger than the piece of paper behind it. It measures, the largest outside die measures about 6 1/2 inches by about 4 1/2 inches. Now obviously you can cut all of these apart, so there's the outside die, then there's a decorative edge die, then there's another little inside die with a dotted pattern around it, and then there is the inside decorative die. So I have cut these out, but as you can see I've left mine together. So this is the outside, this part here, and of course the outside die has done its job and the inside die has done its job. So you can see there that that's what you would get if you did that. And then this part here has cut this one. Now if you had taken this part out of the middle, then you wouldn't have a hole here, so you would just have that kind of outside decorative edge without having a hole in the middle. So you kind of just need to imagine yeah, what it's like with certain bits and pieces. But anyhow, then this is the inside piece, what it cuts out there. So this obviously fits right in there, and you could use some of these pieces together, all of these pieces together, use some, leave others out. Lots of great options with this one. So I'm looking forward to using that. Next up I have a couple of slightly different. This one here is 3 men or women on horseback, so you can kind of see the size of it there, and it's pretty much meant to be a silhouette die. This is quite cool. Oh, I can see a little piece there that I haven't removed, but it does have, it's quite detailed. Yeah, and you can get an idea of the size of it. There are quite a few of these ones on Aliexpress if you want to go and have a look for them. I will have the links to all of these things in the description box down below in case you're interested in having a look. Next up, this one here. Again, you can kind of get an idea of the size of it, and this is what it looks like cut out. This just creates a really nice element to go down the side of your card, or you could do some die cut inlay to make it a little bit fancy. Next up, I felt like I was missing a decent butterfly die in my stash. So this one here is the kind of detailed part and then the outside part, and I have just ever so quickly cut these out for you. Gone to no great detail at all. This is just purely an example, and this one is the red with the vellum behind it, and this one is the vellum in front with the red, and I actually ended up adding some oxide to the outside, some orange oxide. But these are cool, and I think they're just kind of one of those basics. I felt like I was missing some butterflies so yeah, now I'm not. So that one is cool, and it's a decent sized butterfly, that's for sure. Next up, this one is a little bit different, but I have this kind of burlap ribbon. It is quite wide. It's around about just over 2 1/4 inches, or nearly 6 centimeters wide. And it has this most beautiful gold pattern on it. But anyway, that was that. Next up, I have this ribbon. Now I did purchase this from Aliexpress. Although it has a price on it of $4.99, I'm not sure that's not what I paid for it, but anyway, it is a nice thick amount of just some rainbow twine colours, which is kind of a real go-to when I'm making cards, when I just need a certain colour to go with it. This is kind of my go-to. Next up, I have this owl stamp set, and I am looking forward to colouring in this little guy. He has nice big thick chunky lines, and so I will see what I can do with him. And of course a nice speech bubble that all of these fit inside. Next up I have these word stickers, and these are familiar. Maybe you've seen some like this on the market, but that is just a cover. And then there are these. This one comes with 4 sheets, so there's kind of one in the black, 2 in the sort of older journal style, and then 1 in the slightly more off-white or cream kind of coloured. But yeah, they just have some good sayings. The best time for new beginnings is now. Dare to be powerful. Create what you need. Smile today. Be with those who help your being. Live every day with intention. Keep it real. Do all things with love. There's just some really cool sayings, and most of them are something that I would use either in card making or art journaling or something like that. So that will be fun to play with as well. Last but not least, I'm excited for this one. Everybody loves a good alphabet. Now this alphabet is exciting because if I take it out of its wrapper for you, this is exciting. It has all 26 letters of the alphabet, and the only little extra it has is this tiny wee dot here that is attached to the Z. Now the only problem with that is that you can see it's not something that you can cut out. So if you were wanting to use the negative of the Z, then you might have a little bit of problem because you wouldn't want that there. But anyhow, aside from that, this is a great set. I am excited for this. This is, let me see if I can just zoom out a smidge and I will measure it for you. So each letter is around 2 1/4 inches tall, or almost 6 centimeters tall, but they are nice and slim. Now this is the point here, so they're about almost 1 1/4 centimeters wide, or about 1/2 inch wide. But the point of them being nice and slim is that you can fit lots of letters for whatever you are saying, whether that be a name, or whether it be welcome, or hooray, or party, or whatever word you are wanting to fit on your card. It will fit more letters because they are nice and slim. I am so excited to use these in some upcoming cards. I will probably snip them all apart and keep them stored nicely together, although because I think I have been a fan more recently of keeping die sets together and not clipping them all apart, but I think an alphabet is one of those ones that you just want certain letters. Anyhow, that is my haul for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, bye!